The RM of Rosedale is located to the north and west of Neepawa, stretching west to Franklin and north to Kelwood. The total land area is 865 square kilometers, divided into 6 wards, each with its own member of council. This month, the RM of Rosedale jumped right into a pair of public hearings, both regarding variation orders to increase the maximum required site area for a rural non-farm dwelling. The second application involved a couple converting from seasonal use to building an all-season full-time home and received an outpouring of support from neighbors in the area, one of whom even attended the hearing in person, the consensus seeming to be that new permanent residents of the RM would benefit everyone. There was some discussion around the council table about the criteria for council to take responsibility for upgrading road allowances. While this is not a statement of policy, consensus seemed to be that the RM is responsible for building out roads to 4-season permanent homes, but not for any additional approaches the landowner may wish to add. Both variation orders passed without opposition. The RM has received a couple of letters of complaint over the construction of the new Rogers Communication Tower, believing it to be too close to existing homes and Jam Young School. At its nearest point, the new tower will likely be only 600 feet from the nearest property line. It was suggested by one letter that the RM find a location that is at least 1 mile from the nearest neighbor, and by another that they at least consider alternate locations that would cause less light disruption to residents. Council indicated it was nearly impossible to find an available and accessible location that is at least 1 mile from anyone. They also wanted to be clear that they make their decisions based on available facts regarding 5G, and that availability of cell service across the region is at this point a necessity for emergency services. They have tabled any further actions to hear a recommendation from the planning district and may at a future time open it up to a public hearing. There are several roads within the municipality, including 471 and 265, that are actually under provincial jurisdiction. There are currently agreements in place with the municipalities regarding maintenance. But some of those roads tend towards poor conditions, and the municipality isn't entirely satisfied with the current arrangement. The topic comes to the table this month because of an application for a grant from the province up to 10% of the annual value of the agreement. Council has tabled that application to January pending further discussion. Still on the topic of roads, the joint boundary road between Rosedale and North Cypress Langford is at the table again, this time regarding the rates that Rosedale is requesting regarding the use of its gravel. Councillors are looking for a compromise to get the project completed, but note that they have put a lot of municipal money into the repairs already. Going forward, they suggested that the CAOs should draft a memorandum of understanding regarding responsibilities in these kinds of situations. The RM would also like residents to know that there are a lot of new hires handling the grading and snow removal right now, and thanks them for their patience while everyone gets up to speed. Following is the RM of Rosedale's December meeting in its entirety.
Okay, be it resolved that we do now adjourn our regular meeting of council at 10:15 a.m. to hold a public hearing regarding variation and conditions used application request by Bruce Flager involving Northeast 20-15-16-West and account conditional use of request by Coba and Hawk.
That's the one later on. That's the one at 10:30.
Yeah, but it's all on here too, so we're probably doing both.
Oh, okay.
Coba and Hawk involving Southeast 27-17-16-West. Do we have any? Second, Norwood, so. All in favor?
Sure.
Carries. Okay, here are ways.
Okay. So we received an application for a variation of conditional use. The application number is BCU 2-2023R, and the current owner and applicant is Bruce Flager. The variation required is, variation requested is the to have the maximum required site area of 10 acres be increased to the proposed 10.71 acres within the AG, which is the agricultural general zone. The variation required for that is within our development plan for the Regional Plan District. It notes you need to have a minimum of 2 acres to a maximum of 10 acres, so anything exceeding that, you need to have variation on. The conditional use is to allow for location of the rural non-farm dwelling within the AG, agricultural general zone, and that within the Rosedale zoning bylaw dictates that any non-farm dwelling needs to be as a conditional use, which allows council to impose any conditions on the site. The reason we support it is to satisfy the subdivision requirements to sever a 10.71 acre parcel from the agricultural land. And the area it's located at is northeast of 2050 16 West, 87098 Road 94 West. We have not received any comments, concerns from either property owners. It's a pretty standard subdivision. That's it.
Pretty much just straightforward.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
If you use 0.71 acres less, you wouldn't have the variation.
Okay. You want to do the next one too?
Terry and Eric,
Oh, they're coming?
yeah, they said they wanted written representation.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep, absolutely. Okay, well, we just wait for them.
Do we not vote on this one first, or do we want to vote on the same time? Or do we have to close? I guess we have to close the hearing.
Close.
So then I have a question for you.
Okay.
There was some discussion at last meeting about whether ratepayers pay for their approaches and their roads and whatnot.
Right.
But this next public hearing, I believe, said we would provide them a road because they're doing all weather four season home. Am I correct in that? That we're not charging them for what we're doing?
Yes. Yeah, no, the road's there.
But they
It just
needed
needs to be upgraded.
Yeah, but am I correct that we decided that the voter or adult that we're not charging?
Right. Yeah.
I don't probably overcharging anybody who's gonna vote.
No.
The only reason I'm asking is because Melissa had made that comment at that special
Yes.
meeting about we should be, and I just,
But I think that's if we go to a second approach.
Yeah, I think it's more about how many approaches you give them free is kind of the discussion we have to come up with. I mean, it can get costly to us, right? And so we'll have to figure that out, but you're right, this one is, that one's free.
but on the whole, so on the whole, we'll provide them good access and an approach, and that's something that's
We
borne by
don't
the
build
ratepayers.
roads, we don't build up new roads in place, at least this is the policy since I've been on council. And there was an approach on every half mile, if you required to get into your field. And if you needed another one, well, I think sometimes they got built when there was a creek split, so you couldn't get from one side to the other and that. But, a new home, I think the policy that I remember was if you were putting a new home out in the country,
Yeah.
you're only getting the tax base
Mm-hmm.
who's proud to put a pipe in for you. Don't think,
You'd only get one approved. And one, the second
Oh,
one,
yeah.
you had to buy
oh yeah,
the
people on the
dollars
second one,
for
that's
yourself.
different thing.
So we don't build a new road, but we'll improve an existing road. So that they,
I don't think so, I think if you,
If there was no road and it was an access, like it is RM, what I understand, if it's the RM, say road allowance where there is no road, but if they want to build a house here, you may get access to it, then yeah, you have to build the road.
that's a change, Carl, from what it used to be.
Is that?
Yeah, we never, because there was instances, and I can remember a KVF being put on
Okay.
where they told her, you buy that piece, you're not supplying me with a road, we're not supplying you with fire protection or a school.
yeah, because that was the one for that cabin that was built. Where it was clear, like the original agreement by council said, you're not getting anything from us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But because this is a full-time primary residence dwelling, we're upgrading it for them, even though the original agreement, like, because I think,
Well, for a recreational cabin, we didn't supply nothing.
right, but this is
No,
no different,
you're
it's
right.
changed.
But like, if it was like you're putting a
Four
brand new house in,
seasons, yeah.
and you're living there full time, yeah, well,
Because that's what's happened in this case.
Yeah.
It was a recreational.
It was a
hunting
recreational.
cabin, Now it's a dwelling.
They've upgraded them, yeah, to more season.
And it's just up the road from that,
From the
back to that.
okay. So then this is a loaded question now, because Ernie mentioned a fellow today that's building a new house, I can't remember his name, I'm sorry. We were talking about having to give him access to a house, we were just coming to the correction now. Was it Sorowski? Is that something?
oh, yeah, well, it's a different spot. Cody's place there, that back road, that
Oh, yeah.
Cody wants to build a house back there.
We wanted to build it on the road out, so it's not before, remember?
No, he's got his yard site there, it's all
Okay.
done, but the road is terrible. We have to bring the signs and bring the road up. No,
No?
he's in ours.
Okay,
The Lansdowne's on, just on, he's right on that line.
yeah.
Because that would go back to the same,
Upgrade the road.
well, upgrade road if he does this, and we'll get rid of this new property we're talking about right now. If they're gonna build a home there, and if they don't, then we'll recoup our costs some other way. I mean, it's the same with Cody in that case. If he's gonna build a home, when he's committed to that, then we'll commit to the road.
He's got, I got the yard there, you got the cattle there, you got everything there, pretty, all he has to do is drop the house in, and it's good to go.
A few hours with the grader to lift up the road.
Well, you've been down that road, sides are here, road's down here, bring this over here, leave the ditch down
They do
there.
it very easy.
Yeah.
But I think we need to do that on a case by case, and something else was eventually, call extensions. Lots of those now, because the machinery's getting bigger, we need to make sure we're on top of how many approaches they get into there. They don't need 27 approaches to the same quarter or whatever. That's my thinking on that, we need to stay on top of that too, so.
Because then the other thing that, again, it's a loaded question, right, is Rosemary Farrell would like it if we developed a road lots in Franklin, so the back lots can be sold. And that's like, so it's a cost borne by the RM, like, or it's case by case, like, I just think we're setting a precedent, so.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see that improved for the sake of, it makes a lot more available, and we have the machinery to do that. So taxes will come back to us. And if we improve that back out, or next street, whatever you wanna call it, I think the potential for us to score tax dollars is just jumped up, right? So I mean, that's something we should be discussing too, going forward, it's a big deal, if you can't get to those. It's a waste, yeah, it's a lot. And the street's
It's
easy.
good for the person living in front of us.
No, exactly,
And
yeah.
they just use it.
Yeah, it's the same as what Ernie spoke about that, but the street is the same, you have to put gravel on it after, right? Get rid of the sods and then the street in Green is pretty shallow as far as it goes, unless there's lots of water involved.
You make it somewhat of a dirt road to start with.
Yeah, yeah.
When people start buying, then you can start grabbing.
So that wasn't
Just want to
even,
make sure.
that wasn't even scary, so you thought you were gonna spook us.
I did.
We're gonna. But no, it's a good idea to prove that for us. You could have just asked.
Sign your life.
Does Nancy go by Natty?
Sign, are you gonna sign it?
Is that for the greater top? Yeah? Don't be checking you two.
Well, Robert, but I know I'm behind.
This kid Jeff decided, don't tell him what it is.
He doesn't read anything.
So I don't know what.
Ask 1,000 questions, then just blindly sign it.
Well, see, you were counting on Robert doing the accountability part of the value.
That's just a bill.
You're kind of like the queen. The king of the day.
This is a little bit random.
You guys make sure that's good. You better have 6 tires on it. What is it?
Tires for the grader?
No, the grader itself.
It's
They don't want to sign it.
I don't know what to say on that.
But it can't get paid if you don't sign it.
I should, guess we have to sign it, we already got it, sitting in it.
Just,
Maybe it's all drive around or
just sign our cake.
Yeah.
What's that? This is your.
The number's quite big.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so we're into this year.
Yeah.
Pretty much they passed.
Yeah, great.
We just took the last seats. We were here.
Oh, you can stand up. Actually, Mr. We're here for you guys.
There's another one.
What?
Move
Now
over
we're
the corner.
at Dave and-
Because he'll come right now. It's gonna upset the national order thing.
Okay. Thanks, man. All right.
Purple tip.
Thank you for coming in.
So, for our second hearing, we have an application for a conditional use. The application number is CU 03-2023R, and the current owners and applicants are Terry McComb and Aaron Huck. The proposal is for the allowance of the construction of a single unit dwelling within the AG, the Agricultural General Zone. Seeing as it's not farm use, it needs to have the conditional use hearing required. It also just allows for council to impose any conditions that they deem fit for the site. The area where it's located in is the southeast of 27, 17, 16 West, 10010 Road 92 West, and the reason we would be in support of it is the owners wish to construct a single unit dwelling as a full-time residential dwelling within the AG Agricultural General Zone. We have received various emails from surrounding property owners. Every which one of them are all in support of it. I'll just read them out as I have them in front of me. The first one is from Alvin and Kathy Young. And they write, I'm writing this letter in support of Aaron Huck and Terry McComb applying to build a full-time residence on their property. Lots of people have full-time residences in the area. We have known Terry and Aaron for over 15 years. They love the area and are out in the summer and winter. It would be a great asset to have them in our community. Our home has been on Mountain Road for over 30 years. We also rent Crown land adjacent to Aaron and Terry. It is their dream to build a permanent home on the property. We hope they will be our full-time neighbors in the future. Sorry, that's weird writing. Trying to decipher it. The next one is from David and Joan Ilkew. David and Joan Ilkew are pleased to hear that another permanent residence is applying for a home built within the RM of Rosedale. The civic location is 10010 on Road 92 West. The owners jointly are Aaron Huck and Terry McComb. Joan and I have known the ladies for over 20 years. They are a great fit to have in this community. We hope the RM of Rosedale approves the build according to the regulations and policies of the Newport Area Planning District. We also wish that the RM of Rosedale gives them guidance in their build and treats them with fairness and respect. Hope the RM provides the appropriate services in the area. Road maintenance has been lacking in recent years.
Sliding it in there, isn't
Yeah,
it?
just gotta slide it in a little bit. As more people become permanent residents in the area, services must improve greatly. If you require any further information regarding this matter, relay or reply or phone. Thanks, sincerely, David and Joan Ilkew. The next one is from James Mitchell. And they write, good day. We are writing in to offer our full support for the zoning bylaw variance, it's actually conditional use, requested by Aaron Huck and Terry McComb with the respect to the property. As full-time property owners on 92 West, we have no concerns if the variance is granted. Conditional use. Jean Chop, and sorry, I think it's Jean. I'm not sure.
Jean.
I know a lot of people that it's either Jean or Jean, so we can go either way. Jean and Gary Chop. My husband and I live on Road 92 West, lot 10048 or 49A and B, Southwest 26, 17, 16 West of the RM of Rosedale, east of the property of Aaron Huck and Terry McComb. It is our understanding that they propose to build a residential dwelling on the property which is across the road west of us. The conditional hearing is to be on December 8th, 2023. Let it be noted that we fully approve of this proposed project. We have no objections whatsoever. The acceptance of the conditional use would be an improvement to the neighborhood and result in an overall increase in property value and tax base credited by this dwelling. We approve the conditional use, as the owners living in our community would be a great asset. And the next one is from Sue Atkinson. She knows, hi Scott, Sue Atkinson here. I received an email from Aaron and Terry about their application for a variance to build a residence north of us. We would be full support for their application. Essentially, as there are already quite a few current residents along the road, and they are good people and would be a great neighbors. Thank you, Sue Atkinson.
I'm their human neighbor, and I don't have a letter right now. We didn't have an opportunity, but we're just a next door. My name is Paul Croft, and this is my wife, Betty Croft. We've lived next door to these folks for 7 years, and we would greatly appreciate it if they move out there. They'd be a fantastic addition to our neighborhood. I have all the equipment to assist them in any way possible. I'm a retired veteran with a tractor, snow blower, a tiller, everything. I'll give them my 100% effort and help. I love to see these folks come to our neighborhood. They love trees, they love plants, and they belong where we are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very sweet of you guys.
Yes.
Terry and Aaron, if you feel you want to say anything, you could.
We've been coming out for about 20 years. It's been in the family for 30. We've just got the chance because my in-laws got older and they, wanted to pass it on to the next generation. So we thought we would build a house and sort of settle roots here. And we're hoping to do that in September of 2024. And we didn't want to go any further we've got sort of a plan in place that we've shown to the folks to make sure it's okay. And we're sort of getting everything in line, but this is sort of the key piece for us. So we're hoping that you'll accept our application. Thank you.
Thank you. So you see anything different?
No.
Straight through?
Pretty standard. I did print off the land maps, a location of roughly where it's going to be located within the site.
Mm-hmm.
They have a beautiful view.
It does.
You can see the whole park from the whole back area. It's amazing.
It's a great area.
We do have a site plan, but we don't have an engineering drawing yet for where the house would be, if anybody wanted to see it, or the house, what it would look like.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said. Sorry, I did too.
We do have a site plan
Yeah.
for where the house would go on the land,
Yeah.
and drawings of what the house looks like, if anybody wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions? No? Okay. Straightforward.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We welcome you to the community.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Appreciate your time and everybody's efforts. as well.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to plot all the woods, so it looks really good yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
You'll
never know it now. Yeah. So what are the next steps, Scott?
Once it's approved, I will, Jeff or myself will send out a notice of decision
Okay.
granting the approval that it's been done. Most likely, most conditional uses are subject to a development agreement, so whatever council decides to put into it, then that'll have to be registered on title.
Sure. Okay.
And then once after that's all been done, as long as I got an engineered set of drawings and it's been approved, start building.
Okay. Yeah, it's really helpful. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Cheers.
Truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm still happy with our road. Dirt road. It's supposed to be dirty.
You're welcome. But my pleasure. It's great. I enjoy doing these things.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Have a good weekend.
Yes, you
Take
too.
your walk, everybody.
Oh, please.
This is the scene.
Thank you very much.
Take care, everyone. Thanks, Scott.
Well, they'll use that for a moment.
We do now adjourn the public hearing at 10:36. To reconvene in our regular meeting. Do I have a move? Second. All in favor? Carried.
Two different areas. Two different meetings.
Maybe we should go in this class too.
It's gonna be a big pot.
I don't know.
I got matches. They've been thrown in.
Okay.
Whereas public hearing was held on Friday, December the 8th, 2023 to hear representation for the for or against proposal variation order and conditional use by Bruce Lager on Northeast 20-15-16-West. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the Alderman of Rosedale approves the variance order to allow for the maximum site area of the 10 acres to be increased to 10.71 acres within the agricultural general zone. Furthermore, be it observed that the Council approves the conditional use requires to allow the location of the rural non-farm dwelling within the agricultural general zone. Do I have a mover? Second. Any other comments to deal with this one? It's pretty much straightforward. Yeah.
We should give Bruce a hard time.
All in favor?
So you got too many gravel stones on the north side of the road.
There's four of them, so it's only 12. That's 54. And it used to be half. You're two from all now. This is
Whereas the public hearing was held on Friday, December the 8th, 2023 to hear representation for or against the proposed conditional use order requested by Terry Cole and Aaron Huck on Southeast 27-17-16 West. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the Alderman of Rosedale has approved council conditional use order to allow for the construction of a single unit dwelling within the agricultural general zone. Therefore, be it resolved that the owners applicants enter into a development agreement with the RM of Rosedale. Do I have a mover? Second. Very sure. All in favor? Be it resolved that the bylaw 4-2023 to amend section Schedule B to remove names of the committee designated to be read for the second time.
That's not, isn't that about our organizational meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Committee appointments.
Yeah.
All of them. Okay. This is second reading or third reading?
Second.
We did two at a time, right?
We're gonna do two the first time, then.
Might be third, that should be the third in front. Yeah, we do.
That should be number three, isn't it?
You do two being and B.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
Yeah.
You do one and two
Yeah.
first time, and then you do the third one.
Yeah.
So is this, for read in the second part? Do I have a second? All in favor?
Because you could actually do the third reading, not do that, if you have another piece of paper.
Thanks for everything.
So you can't hit the camera, do you?
Can we go to the camera real quick?
Should did here first.
We're bringing this, we're sending this to, rescue a letter, next those information on where working towards.
We do the other by the public work department and take on the fire.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're, yes, basically that. So that's
I
what
read that last night and I viewed it, so speaking on that, it's work.
Like the nation would be, yeah.
Take on everybody.
Yeah.
Reviewed and take on everybody.
It was funny because the fellows is here, like the way the road was.
Yeah.
You know, this is, a country road is, it should be like that.
Yeah, so we got,
It was on the same road as that.
So that's where they're building the house, and that's where.
oh, okay. I got, yeah, I know, or know the area, yes, yeah. I just couldn't figure out, I thought he was maybe over here, I didn't realize, yeah.
They got 5 letters of support plus,
The low way.
yeah,
Yeah.
for the development.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's good for the area.
Oh, it's great for the area, and all good, you know, it's really not.
Yeah. And we should thank you for his service, but you also reckon.
Oh, yeah.
And it also can't be undersold, like, how much equipment you need to be sending our site up there, and if he's willing to help out, that they're not gonna get stranded.
No.
Like if he's willing to come out and clear out the lane or something like that, if there's a problem.
Yeah, well, that's a big deal, other people that will do that, because it's tough, especially to get started, because you want to buy a tractor right off the start and all that.
It is a chunky area.
Yeah.
That's what we put it in.
Yeah,
This is the bill.
Hills, and everything else. The same thing here in our roads, it's just not our road.
yeah. Yeah, no, that's exactly,
Many times,
Yeah.
but it is what it is, people at least can get out.
well, they can only do so much at a
Better
time.
reason or whatever it is, right?
I'm learning to be a reporter for the Banner.
Oh, really?
If I get it right, they're gonna let me write in the paper. I've been to Norfolk, North Cyprus, so you're the last one.
All right, well,
Robert Smith Edens.
pardon me?
Robert Smith Edens. Been there forever. Great grandfather come there 128 years ago. I've only been there since 59. Never left home.
Where's he?
South of Lansdowne,
Oh, yeah.
on the other side of the hills.
Okay, be it resolved that the bylaw 4-2023 to amend Schedule B to be removed names of the committees designated to be read for the third time. Do I have any- Third, second.
Sure.
All in favor? Okay, the Rogers communication letter.
The one letter is a complaint, right? The other letter is the.
Part of the Rogers giving up
Kind of like
their steel.
received information, we also
Let's
received
see, the people that want to
Oh, okay.
saying, contact for the unintentional.
more than these that,
Oh, okay.
like,
So they approached.
Well, you know what it needs to look at with the cell reception that area is brutal.
Bounce one of
Especially if you go, obviously northeast of Oregon, 5 miles.
that's the area.
What's ours?
Yeah, it needs some big time up there.
But more is better too, one here, one there, it's just better for everybody.
Well, and I will see.
So everyone looked over that Rogers communication. Yes.
We have two.
We also have a letter from Bruce and Ron Cook.
So we can talk about that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Is that in, is that on this poll?
It's just $6,000 saved for Mike.
Is it a complaint letter as well?
What's it saying?
It has come to our attention, Rogers intends to build a cell tower less than 3/4 of a mile from our home. We have done research over the years that would indicate that there is a strong correlation between 5G radio transmission and the health of the people living near them. The general consensus is that the 5G radio wave and are hazardous to human health. Sorry. Therefore, we think the tower should be placed where it is at least 1 mile from any residence. This should not be too hard to do in a rural area. The proposed location for the tower is within 3/4 of a mile of at least 8 residents and the JM school. Since children have been cited as being more what's that? All vulnerable to the RF radiation. The proposed location is not to take into account that the negative aspect of the town, a town being so close to 8 residents and a school, especially when there are better alternate available places. We respectfully submit the location of the proposed tower to be moved to an area where there is at least 1 mile separation from any home or school. Yours truly, Bruce and Malcolm.
Can we comment on these?
I've also got a phone call from Birch stating some of the same issues, I guess. A very lengthy conversation on phone, so I won't repeat all of it, but it's basically down the same path. So suggested that she write a letter to the company that's putting up the tower and those are concerns that way as well. I haven't heard back, so I'm not doing that.
I would like to go on record as my personal opinion is I do not want to encourage the 5G misinformation, and that if you want to be damaged by radiation, go stand in the sun and get a suntan. It's much more damaging to you. If you're concerned with 5G, you should also be wearing suntan lotion because the sun is the bigger problem. There is not a real issue. Like when Manitoba Hydro had to do those electromagnetic frequency tours down in Minneapolis, where they were trying to do, I think it was Black Hole One or something, and they're coming through. There was a crowd of people that was opposed to the transmission lines because it was causing cancer. So they flew people down to the States to go to meet with experts and stuff and whatnot, and it all eventually petered out. And transmission lines are now a non-entity. In 10 years' time, 5G will be phased out and something else will be phased in as the boogeyman of the day. I don't want to encourage 5G hysteria. I'm completely on board with the unsightly aspect of it. If somebody put a tower beside me, I would be unhappy. But only because of the visual disturbance and the lights and whatnot. I will not be concerned about 5G. And I can't let that one go uncovered. I will debate anybody about the effects of 5G.
So you fully support 5G?
I am not remotely concerned about the 5G. Not remotely concerned at all.
I don't like standing with progress, there's a problem, I could respect their complaints, but I don't, I mean, this is like the automatic transmission, and the computer will never fly, and all those things, so it's the same 5G is almost become a necessity.
Yeah.
There's firefighting and ambulance service, and those things, some of the communications we get now are still have hiccups in, which is important to human life on the other side. Because we've had places in the Grand Mountain, our town, we struggle to get service in there yet on our fleet nets, which is a major, I mean, it's not a cell phone, it's not a phone, it's a fleet net radio, so. I don't know how we proceed from this, because we do have some complaints, obviously, but I mean, we need those towers, it's a.
The 1 mile thing is probably a reasonable thing, a reasonable request. Like if I was the neighbor to a tower, but where is that? Does it exist? A 1 mile away from anybody in this area?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. What do they do in the cities?
They're sitting on top.
They're so used to it, they don't care anymore.
Skyscrapers and everything else.
Yeah, they sit on top of the buildings, right? They're 1 feet away from someone.
And I agree, like, why standing in constant progress at the moment. If you look at, you have a, say, major storm or hurricane, tornado warnings, how many people aren't warned in time because of natural disaster problem?
Well, yeah.
So that's probably as devastating as anything else.
Yeah, and I think these towers ought to be spaced kind of an equal distance apart, so that they function.
I think they've done their job in researching where the best areas is, I think. That's the way I look at it.
Oh, and hopefully we've done the research that it's net shows to places where you have no cell service.
Yeah. Let's say 5G, but everybody's got one.
Right there, we said, what's it?
Not many people in the province want to have a phone in hand.
Oh, yeah, we're getting right again.
It's right there. It's 5G, I know it's a 5G for Explorer. That's where I get it for that.
Yeah. Yeah, ours is effectively now.
So I don't know I don't see any issue with the 5G problem. Like the lights part, I might.
We've got a tower straight out the west of our house. We never see that.
No.
Yeah, that's why it does.
What do we do as a council with the complaints? What do we do with that? Because I know sometimes.
They've been forwarded to the
Right. Oh, the plan, okay.
I
Okay.
remember waiting back for more information.
Because we approved the site like what Rogers requested, right?
Yes.
So these guys are not protesting, they're complaining to Rogers. And I guess can they appeal to us to reverse the decision?
That's what I wonder, because sometimes we get complaints in our public hearings, we can't do anything but for the complaint, right? So I'm not
But
sure.
I think we table this and just wait to see what the district planning board comes on
Yeah.
to say to us,
Right.
what's going forward, what's their recommendation or whatever, and we go from there.
And we might have to have a public hearing yet.
Might have to, yeah.
See what, if the complaint is getting any deeper.
Because they have to have the right to complain or
Yeah.
appeal or.
In a public forum.
Sure, have a right to hear.
Yeah.
Basically.
So we'll table that one and
Just, move forward.
wait to see what the district planning board says. Okay, management of hydro.
What do you do with the Rogers one, Joe? The one that's not,
Oh, sorry.
what are they asking us to do? There's one is the letter.
I thought that was just for information.
There's another letter of complaints as well, on top of the one that he just read.
Oh, is there two in there?
From Renee,
I thought it was the same language.
Hold on.
yeah. They were, I think, ready to express their opposition as well. So,
Oh, yeah. There was 2 letters of,
and the person that complained to me, I told him to write a letter in, and that's what I did, so.
And the person, that's a third person.
That would be the third
Bruce
person.
Adonis was not on here, so that's why I read that one.
And this is the second.
This is the second.
And the other one is just a verbal complaint. And say so the proper channel is to write a letter into the administration office.
So tabling is right there.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm good with that. For now, until we get more information, sure.
Yeah. Management of hydro. I think it's just communication said they're going to be doing some brushing in our area.
Right on.
Yeah, the road 111's on there, that's awesome. It's bad, actually, not that far off bad, it was a joke, but it's bad, just because they're right into the trees.
Next on the agenda, the MLA wants to have a meeting with us. I truly think we should.
Agreed.
Agreed.
And we got some questions for her. Don't we, Jeff?
So you're thinking like January, February date?
Well, we got here So let's put this on there, I think it was January 12th or February 9th.
There's our meeting date.
Yeah,
January meeting, I think is the 12th.
yeah, it'll be one of the regular meetings. She just wants to attend one of the regular meetings, just to see what we do here, I guess, basically, and then if we have any concerns or questions, or we can bounce off it, the way I understand it.
That's Jody.
That's
That's
correct.
Jody, yeah.
Let's- Sooner the better. On the letter, she asked us for 2 separate dates, so give her both dates.
Yeah.
That way she can, what works for her schedule too, then what works for us.
Yeah.
So it'll be, we should reply back to her to say what date, either the 12th or the 9th, whatever applies.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to us, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That works for her.
That's the right months for us to get those extra votes.
Perfect.
There you go. Oh, snow drifters. Donation. Oh, that's on there.
We do that every year, that's $100, they put our thing on the book. Rosedale.
This you guys?
That's the pretty much snow drifters. We donated to that, just to, we buy that card thing that's in there,
Oh, that's what map you mean?
yeah, so
So
everybody
just,
sees it.
straight.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, that's the only thing, I know ours, I give them $100 for mine, and it's card size, you know, I run my ass,
Yeah.
and it goes to all the counties and that, it's got the map on it, so. Well, we've actually donate every year to them as a donation, we do that, this is a different thing.
Just advertise for us. The results out.
Yeah, just the road that I have.
So we take that out of the deal, so straight.
Oh, yeah.
No, that just comes right out of that's for Rosedale's thing. We always took out of the DLT to give them a donation because all the other RMs give them a donation too. So, or yeah, just electric repairs and stuff like that. And help them out, you know, if you want.
So that's separate time?
That was a separate one. You probably have it there, what we donated last year to them.
It was late last year. I don't know, it was in the meeting. Early in the meeting.
2021 was donated.
Huh?
2021.
We donated 1,500.
1,500.
Yeah, that's what we did, yeah. I think the year before we did the same thing. We gave them a donation from us. I know North Cypress Langford, I think they gave them 2,500,
But this is just a $100 amount.
yeah, this is just our advertisement for, just like putting an advertisement in the arena.
Right.
That's the $100.
Okay, whereas information on the correspondence was received from the snow drifters to request a donation in return for advertising, be it resolved that the RM of Rosedale will donate, so we will donate a donation to the snow drifters in the amount of $100.
And it's a card size thing, advertisement, $100 is what it is. Should be.
That's not how that reads.
Yeah.
That's not how
From
that's reads.
BLT funds.
This is not how this reads. The motion, that's not how the resolution reads, just for this card. If that, it says about the donation.
If you pass me that.
It's written on here, certainly.
Yeah, but that's, you want to see that?
This looked like a totally.
Yeah, just the map advertisements on it, or you can get a bigger one.
I guess we
More,
can do it
but
for the same thing.
we just always did the map size one, that was card size, Rosedale.
So there's put on here
$100
for $100 for
Advertising,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's,
Advertising the snow drifters.
From BLT for advertising.
yeah, that works. Just the way the resolution reads, doesn't read that, so it's like, Carl's fixing it. Tweak it. You should get a picture there, too, so they know who she is.
You have them over.
There you go. There's only 10, there should be.
Seconder, all in favor?
Carried.
Oh, hams. Okay, our next one on the agenda is hams. Ham, I should say.
This is something that goes through every year. I would have,
Yeah. How much did you guys get for it right now?
55 cents per capita.
yeah, 16.
Oh, sorry.
What was it?
Last year was $918.60. Okay. Whereas the letter corresponds to receive from Anne to request 55 cents per capita donation, be resolved that the RM of Rosedale will donate donation to hand in the amount of, so it would be the same 919.
So what's our population?
Okay,
The population is bigger or small?
$919.
Yes, it is.
60 cents.
55 cents.
Do I have a mover? Scott. Seconder. Jeff Henderson. All in favor? Carried. Oh, okay, the Bernie. We have a thank you letter from the Bernie. Community Center. Dear Reading Counselors, on behalf of the Bernie Community Club, I thank you for your recent donation of $1,800. That is a generous amount of money and it is much appreciated. It will be put to good use for a variety of important projects we hope to take within the new year. Once again, thank you for your support. Yours truly, Ron Son. So next, Kingsman. So that Kingsman is pretty much straightforward.
So we just pay this amount? That obviously works pretty cool.
Yeah, when you sell something at tax set, any excess over what the town, the RM is owed, gets dispersed to anybody that has a claim against the property. And then the new owner ends up with a clear title, knows all existing liens, etc. are gone. That's the benefit of buying at tax set, is that you get a clear title no matter how ugly it got 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
These people, we hire people to do our tax service people. They do the research on each one of these. Should that not have been caught before the?
No, that's because they don't know what letter they received.
And they're also notified, they're notified, but the tax service guys will notify any claim holder or lien holder, and they'll send them a notice to the tax in, because they have to be, their interest in the property has to be protected. Social services could have redeemed it from tax in order to preserve their claim. Or, for example, it was like a bank, they could pay some outstanding taxes just to preserve the claim. But so they would have been notified, and then they decided not to, and then they just want the extra $500 just because it was there for Apple. It happens the odd time.
Yeah, but maybe nobody bothers to do the claim part, right? If they're doing that, they've done the extra labor to get.
And I've seen it where somebody's come in and begged somebody at the tax sale to bid on the property so that they can reserve their claim. I watched that with the Community Futures in one tax sale. They missed their letter. They didn't realize that their registered property was going for tax sale, and they were about to really screw up. So they got a taxpayer who was there at the auction to bid, and that guy actually charged them a premium to get it back. It was a shady deal. No community spirit there. It was terrible. No, okay. Well, that $48,000 social assistance loan or lien is an interesting one. That's a huge amount of money. So somebody was doing something.
You know it?
No, don't know anybody involved in that one.
Whereas the notice of application was received on December 4th, 2023 from the King's Bench to request surplus funding due to the September 10th, 2021 tax sale of roll number 1200-Buchanan, therefore be it resolved that the RM of Rosedale will contact the Crown consultant to arrange payment of $504.09. Seconder. Will Burton. All in favor?
That's one hour longer than under 20 hours.
And then we'll go out to living, well, Dave's here, so we can that going on? Or is it out coming out?
It's past the lease. It's under.
That's on its floor. The lease is the next one.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's okay. Sorry.
We got some things we want to work on to push it. So I figured we get a trade agreement just for $20 and $100 on it.
Well, yeah.
Of course, we need it.
Because we just don't
Yeah.
know, there's been no charge, and we never.
So this is just,
I think they were, where else you gonna?
This one here.
all gravel roads, 10%.
This is all. We're just accepting it, then of something, which is. We're taking it.
I think so.
Members of the annual value of the unit. Yeah.
This happens every year.
They're upgraded, the home province is giving us only 10% above the annual value of the agreement for improvement of the provincial roads.
How do you get rid of them?
Do you think we should what?
Get rid of the
Let's
provincial roads.
have those roads back.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. We're losing money on them. We continually dump gravel on them, we're working on them all the time. You saw that letter, how much did that letter say? One of the municipality.
Oh, it was up in Russell, they gave up their, PR roads, and then they happened to stumble upon, and Reeve knew the guy that was the contractor that was doing it, and they were getting $80,000 from the government for the municipality to look at the road. The private contractor was getting $200,000.
I believe we're in that contract for 2025.
We're hoping.
That's what we said last time. No, it's not, it's what goes into 2025.
I don't know, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, something tells me that, the last time we talked about that, don't quote me on that, but something, I don't know, something tweaks me on that one.
So why did you get into it in the first place?
Why did we do it to start with?
Yeah.
Well, I think the bottom line was, province doesn't look after the roads very well.
Okay.
And our roads compared to one was 265 going east to the Oregon country, that was just a disaster that ended up the province of that.
Yeah, the stuff we look at looks pretty good.
Yeah, but we're losing money on it. And they have no say on, what gets me, we have no say when those trucks haul on that road. It doesn't matter if it's wet, it's a provincial road, you can pound it out over it. Then your ratepayers are all wanting, well, where's the gravel gone? Well, you know, or it's gone.
Yeah.
And we're dumping money into this, and they're saying, here, we'll give you 10% increase. Maybe they should be looking after the roads themselves.
It would save us a ton of money actually, because we put a grader there with Friday.
We watch,
Exactly.
we give it back to them and they'll put a contractor on there and like you guys said, we'll be making $200,000 or 80.
Take a lot of stress off our,
Graders.
our graders.
Yeah.
And,
Gravel.
we should just add that back and don't find any new year on it.
Yeah, we should give it back to them, let them make up for it.
We should find out the days where our renewal is.
Where our
and make sure
renewal
we're
is, yeah.
ready to go.
And that's
So
just
we did-
471 you mean, or?
471, then
265 west and east, and then also the 352 going through Burns, which is
Yeah, we got
mile and a half.
370, what is that?
352 going through Burns.
352,
I believe
got a
so.
couple of miles there.
Yeah, a mile and a half, but 265 isn't, I guess, in pretty good shape, but 471 is just,
Oh,
there's tons and tons, well, we know about it, but
Yeah.
traffic around there, so.
And at our meeting with the region, at the mayor meeting, there was talk that the provincial, this new provincial government was going, there is a proposal that they might be just getting off the roads and having them back to yard.
Oh, really? Which on one hand is gives us control again on the road, because we can't restrict the roads if they're soft or whatever, because it's a PR, whereas if it was.
Like, it's not written in
No,
stone by
yeah.
no means, but there is talk about, it's been floating around Parliament.
They've done that in the past.
Yeah, they've had the roads back.
166, you just go from option one right through the.
Oh, yeah.
116, that used to be a PR.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, and the other one is just, we're calling it, road calling.
Already, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would, my recommendation is to.
Check into it.
Yeah. We're gonna wash our hands and let.
But if they give it back to us, we'd probably be worse. wouldn't we? The tax would be worse off if they gave it back to us. Unless
Yeah, we got
So we have control on it.
Yeah.
We have some
We
say.
got no say.
But the dollar figure would be all our dime.
Yeah.
Look at the money we put into that Plymouth road going over from the farm. That was terrible, and we put a pile of money in to get that road to look
It's
pretty
good.
good now.
It's pretty good.
You
Very,
know,
very
it was terrible for a while
Yeah,
ago.
we can go down and do that.
Yeah.
And we got no say on
Yeah, well, we had
involved
to,
what? They
Yeah.
can beat your road into the ground.
and they didn't give us any extra money then.
So,
So it's kind
so we tabled this for January and then we get, then let's get back to it. Is that,
That's-
Yeah, I would say so.
Hold on.
Okay.
Whereas the provincial province of Manitoba and the rural municipality are currently having a gravel road agreement in place for the maintenance and repair of gravel surface provincial roads. And whereas the Manitoba infrastructure has agreed to allow eligible municipalities to request a grant of up to 10% of the annual value of the agreement for the improvements of the provincial roads in their jurisdiction upon approval. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the council of the rural municipality of Rosedale, request a grant of up to 10% of the annual value of the agreement for improvements to the provincial roads within the municipality from the Manitoba Transportation and Infrastructure. Do we have a mover?
We're tabling that.
Oh, we're tabling them,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, right, because we have to see, sorry, I missed that. We'll table that. Right.
We're on the one
They could
mistake.
have closed that when you started reading.
Yeah,
We want to see it, Brian.
yeah, I need to grab.
Jeff was snickering over here.
Yeah.
I was gonna stop you, but I thought, well, you're doing pretty good. So,
Okay, next one, here is gold.
What? Photocopy.
Photocopier.
Lease agreement. I think it's a bargain of placement.
Hey?
I think it's a bargain of placement.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, well, we gotta have it because we need this paper. And actually, the service agreement's that's pretty good here too, as far as rent, leasing machinery goes.
Well, and get the paper and everything with it, right?
Yeah.
So, I would think so. But
what do you think, Colleen? They look good? They're always here to serve it, and everything, aren't they? They're pretty good service, aren't they? Yeah.
So this is just upgrading the one we had that's now mostly probably good. This improvement.
Yeah, it's very note and
Yeah.
it sounds like a tractor.
I think I have to wait until it's moved, and then I can say something.
Resolved that the RM of Rosedale lease Hire
I put Sarah.
TA 255 for IC copier from Gold Business Solutions for the amount of $199.75 per month. Do I have a mover? Robert Scott. Seconder, Dave Drew. Now, Jeff.
Question. One of the things that I've been losing sleep over is our purchasing. And one of the things that it's almost like it's a destination and journey thing. Like we might end up purchasing a Kyocera, but it bothers me that we don't have alternatives to compare it to. And all put into a rubric that says this is this machine, total price, and then also an administration comment where it's like the service on this one is great, these guys are terrible, this is a local person, that kind of thing. Because there's always the user experience, and then.
That's how we got this machine started.
But I think we should, and I think we should be doing it for every time this comes up. Though, is that it shouldn't, in my mind anyway, I want to be able to see the competitors, and then the administration says this is the one we want for this reason. But at least then you can compare it to the cost. The other one is terrible service but half the money. At least we're making an informed decision. We're overpaying for the service. Because I just think that it bothers me that we're not looking at the alternatives, even though the administration says this is the one to buy. We should be comparing.
That's how we got this.
Yeah.
IBM something before we had problems with that other one, remember? But yeah, I don't see it going to class, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems to be a lot of, sometimes a lot of extra legwork that needs to be done to end up with the same result. That's the only negative on that phone call.
But it's always like
It's a check. It's a check too.
It seemed to me this one was way cheaper than the one we had. If I'm correct. Yeah, this one was probably.
All in favor? Carried.
They just need my cooling process part of that, right? They should say that's. They're more engineer. No problem.
Okay, next
The agenda. Out of your agenda.
Now we got here.
Actually, that one I'd like to do in camera with some other stuff. So if we can slide into the maybe an in-camera session after lunch, I think that might be a better way.
Okay.
If there's other issues,
So we can do the gravel one then?
which maybe that should be an in-camera one.
Or maybe do, yeah.
I don't think so.
No?
Nope. I think that's straightforward financial.
Okay. Let's move it down then. I know you all need to kind of start at the same time as far as I do.
Yeah.
So, Langford is,
Yeah, that's the others that are in here now. You can go to
yeah,
Which one then? One of the other, there's two letters in there. This is for the best.
Tuesday one.
Oh, we got nice one.
Yeah, very good last night.
Agrees.
yeah, and, Wes is just wondering which direction you want to take. And I'm not sure what the council would like to do.
Ernie's got a question for Ernie about that as well. Because we got a thing all this road there, maybe it would make this go away. Or maybe, I don't know.
Well, Jeff, we have some good ideas too.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good idea.
I do too.
Well, it's, yeah, we'll wait for her to say it, because you do it as a complete list, so.
Really good.
Just leave it in the council, you so great, so.
Everybody wants lunch, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think, Jeff? I wasn't thinking that right away, but I was seeing you brought it up.
Holy.
Look at the dates.
Yeah.
One day, one time there was a bill there for 2 days in a row. It happened to run.
Wow. Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah. Hey, get it in.
No, Randy, on the top of the one there was a extension culvert that needed to be put up in brine boxes on the south side. Is that correct? 5 feet there, was 1 foot culvert?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had a look at it, and yes, that was missing on the original construction quote. So I thought, and they didn't have the stuff to repair at that time, so we put that on hold until this gravel agreement was resolved. So this is what I'm throwing out there is if we look at the culvert extension, then that's showing some movement towards this other issue, and that's we look after that. If you guys pay gravel as we're discussing, I don't know, just if you want to call it a compromise to a point, it's working forward to a solution. If everybody's on board with that, I guess I would throw that in the mix. That's it.
Well, yeah,
I don't remember there last time we cleaned it out. That was before the road. This was about 4 years ago. We were cleaning it out because it wasn't found. We actually went and found it and then extended it.
Yeah. An extension needs to be on the south side.
Now the extension needs to be on the south side. Right. So we put an extension on the north side last time.
And I did look at it, and I agree 100% with Ernie on that one. So that was just something that throw out there, I guess, as a carrot, if we want to call it, or a compliment.
We also had a product from John.
And my comment was that because we put 8,000 yards of gravel in there from our stockpile, like they're using the $5.50, and really it should be $6.50 in the quarter to replace it next year because we took our stockpile, and now we're replacing $5.50 gravel with $6.50 gravel. So it's next year's pricing that matters. But my suggestion was that we buy 8,000 yards of gravel from the RM of North Cypress Langford, and that's $7 a yard. And they can just we'll buy 8,000 yards, and they can replace our stockpile with theirs. Because if their gravel's cheaper, let's buy it from them. Okay. And that's kind of a problem. Like it's a whole lot of circles, but eventually we get our stockpile replenished at 550 instead of 650.
Other than the truck.
Yeah.
Other than the hauling.
Yeah.
But they're saying they're getting from Paris Pit, so we could just have this is our little tile of Paris Pit. I don't know if that's practical. I don't know what the actual quarry side of it. So.
But we're paying our companies to haul our gravel, so we just haul it at that mile until we hit that number.
Yep.
And then at that rate.
Yeah.
I don't know where the quarry is out there.
No.
Okay. They're beside each other.
Yeah.
On the other side of the creek.
Easy to find.
I would rather buy 550 gravel or
It's a mile
than
and
pay
a
650 next year.
Yes.
2 miles south of our fishing pit.
Streets enough. I like that idea.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, I think we made an agreement here in this
Is it
chamber.
8,600?
Dude, not to.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's 8,600.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But we only need half of that on
Yes,
on
it
Jeff
is
Field to get our
8,600.
gravel.
Yeah.
But my hang up on this is that they're asking for something after the fact. We made an agreement in this chamber with representation from their council, with representation from our council. We agreed on approximately 8 because we weren't sure of the numbers, and that was the discussion had at that time. And I mean, I think we need just to stay with the deal made. And I mean, we're being fairly fair. And the bill you guys are discussing about the voting there, it comes back twofold for us. So
Yeah. And then the culvert extension.
the culvert, and I'm okay with that regardless of this deal, because that's something we do for our neighbors, because that's the kind of council we are. But I think we need to stay with this 850, or Jeff, I don't mind Jeff doing it, because we're getting our money back anyway, or they just need to pay the difference.
Yeah.
Right now, the holdup is like about $1,500.
Yeah.
So.
And I wanted to say one thing about the process too. Like I think this highlights the need for a memorandum of understanding between the two CAOs, so that here's the nailed down notes of the meeting, and it's just a memorandum. It's not an actual contract. So that way, before it happened, that number was in place.
Understood. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then both of them signed off on it, and then everything is smooth sailing after that.
Yes.
I think we both, I'm not speaking for the CEO, but I think we both want lots of promise.
I think so.
And I think that's exactly what they said. So
Just want to make a comment to that.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree too. We need to, because we did that as a handshake, gentleman handshake, and then the CEOs would be responsible to make it, nail it down, as you say.
Yeah, that was the breaking point, and that's what made the deal happen, to get it go ahead to do what they suggested, which wasn't our recommendation.
No.
So we all won in the end out of it.
Well, I think so. I can't remember the pricing. Maybe one of you guys can. The price they wanted on the original road build up on that fancy gravel over us with crush was like
That stone.
10 times what we paid, and now they're complaining about 50 cents a yard.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were going to pay a lot more on the original idea till we settled on road gravel.
And they would have paid a lot less if they'd gone with our original idea.
We tried to bring on it. Yeah. So I think we need to stand fast on the money.
We also had to fix the road. our graders
Yeah.
do a lot of work and
Yeah.
down some gravel.
Yeah.
To fix a road that got demolished.
Oh, on our own roads, yes.
On our own road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
You know, so we had to cut that cost out of our pocket.
Yeah.
Because
We put an extra pass or two on there with the graders to pass. On
You
Road
had to-
90. Yeah.
Road 90, you used to
It was, yeah, chock pretty bad.
do we sign road haul agreements with other municipalities in the haul of our municipality?
I think so.
trucking companies, we do.
Trucking
companies.
So if they'd have done that road from one of our pits across our roads, they'd have paid on the road haul agreement on that road too.
Just
Which this way they didn't because we were a joint effort.
Right.
So they're saving money on both ends.
I thought we were pretty reasonable.
I agree.
You know, with the extra work we had to do after the fact.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think we need to stay fast. I don't know what that means to us, but
So we give those two proposals going forward and see sort of all back in your court.
yeah, I like both of them actually. So
Yeah, I
I
like
think about
this.
6 or 7
Yeah.
trucks running.
Okay.
Loads that day.
So,
That's a lot of loads
Yeah.
running by my house.
would you like to get up to Melissa and stuff? Send?
Sure, I can do an email to you to forward to her if you,
Yeah.
just with my opinion.
Your opinion,
Okay.
and Dave's opinion too, and just forward it to
And
you.
if you want to just throw my
So,
name in,
where did you write it down?
I'd appreciate it. Thanks.
yeah,
So I'll copy one.
So, yeah, so we'll do that. Okay. Question, do you want to break for lunch at 11:30 because of our having employees coming?
We should not be there by 12, so.
Oh,
we should
But
be
I
on
can,
that.
I can text and come earlier too if you wish.
Well, we gotta get organized.
We can do 10 more minutes. Or we can
Gotta
get-
practice your
go
carol.
ahead, you can text when you
Do
come.
we have anything else to go through other than?
You got the valley thing,
the RCMP stuff.
RCMP.
So you want me to send a text on, be there for 12:45 or 11:45 probably? Sure.
So let's put the RCMP, close the report.
This is just for information, right?
Yeah, this is all information the RCMP had for charges and calls that were made in the RM.
Is the Fire Prevention Act your dad?
Be it resolved that this of the community report he received as informed 1/2023 October RCMP staff, all violations, excuse me, 2023 November RCMP staffs, all violations, on the CAO's report. So, do I have a mover?
No.
Second. All in favor? Carried. Okay. So after lunch, we just have the Valley Balloon House. And then our open discussion, if you want to do that now, we'll do that anyway. Or do it after.
Do that. Open discussion. Do the value review and the CAO report and the open discussion after the fact.
So let's break for lunch.
Second.